Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for my client Doug's vlog, and we started the week off with a floor press, and he got 325 pounds on his max effort floor press, so our strength is coming back up. I'm happy with that. So for supplemental work right now, I have him doing just normal pause benching for reps, which you guys can see here. Then of course he does, usually some incline benching on some of the days. We do a couple different types of rows. I've got him doing both barbell and dumbbell rows, something I'm kind of a fan of doing. I think for people who really want to maximize total back development, I like to combine those two together. Right? If we're in a phase where we really want to hammer back, I love that combination. I've been doing it myself. Some of my clients do it, some of them don't. Some of my clients don't row at all. I do other stuff for them with pull-ups and things, depending upon where they're at with their training. In Doug's case, though, I like the rowing, and I feel like I want to continue to just build that upper back up. I want to build his entire back up again. We need it. We struggle with overall thickness for him. He tends to get lean, really easy due to appetite issues, loses weight easily. Getting him thicker is always a fight. So we hammer the hypertrophy work hard. But one of the things I really like with combining the dumbbell and the barbell is that we work the different parts of the back slightly different. It's a great combination. Just like for some of my people, if we're really and truly struggling with chest development, what do I like to do? I like to have them do pause benching with the barbell, and then we do dumbbells for pump work. Right? Something I would consider adding back in. If I can ever get my triceps caught up, I would add that back in for myself. I think it's a phenomenal modality to do a barbell and a dumbbell both. Again, for a muscle that really needs to work. And we may go back over to some of that for him because he's so strong at incline. I may cut his incline back out eventually and work the dumbbells back in. To bring his pecs up. But really, though, at the end of the day, benching is not our weak link for him. It's deadlifting. Okay? Deadlifting is his weakest lift. He's benched 350 plus in meets. He squats mid 400s in meets. The deadlift is still just a hair under 500, and it's been a long fight for him because he's dealt with a lot of hamstring issues. So I always want to work those muscles related to the deadlift. So I am hitting those things hard, even though for benching, his chest probably is his weak link. His bench is his strongest lift. So it's like, we could look at that and say, oh, what's your weakest link in your best lift? That doesn't mean we don't address it, but, again, priorities, people. Deadlift needs the most work. So again, I like adding rowing in, There he's doing a box squat. He got 415 on the box. I'm pretty happy with that, given that, again, he accidentally lost weight recently. That's the problem we run into with Doug, is that if he doesn't track calories, he will lose weight. If he just kind of ballparks it for 3-4 weeks and then weighs himself, he will have always lost weight. The only way he maintains weight is to track calories. Again, for a lot of people, like, wow, that's crazy. But it depends on different people's appetites. It depends on different people's appetites. Supplemental work for him for lower body. We like to do, split squats and things with the safety squat bar. We like good mornings. In this case, he's doing step ups. I like step ups for him also, split squats. Single leg exercises, just to continue to improve his squat. Although we're at a point where, I could prioritize posterior chain more for him if I wanted, but I do have him do a little bit of this stuff just for quads and adductors, even though his squat is way ahead of his deadlift, mainly because he could still stand to improve there. And again, I'm always just trying to get him thicker, but we get a good stimulus to fatigue on these particular movements. So I like to use them, but there's definitely a priority towards the posterior chain. That's why, again, we have the good mornings in there. We have his reverse hypers in there. He has a reverse hyper. We use it. We utilize it. Hamstrings have always been a weak link for him. So, and because he's prone to hamstring injuries, we use the leg curls with bands, which you guys will see coming up here. It's kind of a staple in his training. Again, I tried to do this more and more ever since he pulled a hamstring doing sumo. He tore a hamstring on a warm-up with no warning. Okay, and he even says, because Doug is he's a certified trainer and stuff himself, and he's just like, yeah, there was no warnings, like there was no indication. And he's like, it was just a freak occurrence, because he's like, you had me on moderate volume. There's nothing in my training that should have contributed. It had no pain, no inflammation, and it was like 225 on the bar. That's it. And it wasn't reps. It was like on the first rep during a warm-up. And it wasn't his first warm-up rep. So, we've again have to prioritize hamstrings for him. But it's made his low back stronger. He has historically had a lot of issues with low back issues. Once we started working hamstrings, once we put him on a reverse hyper, that went away. And so these are tools that we utilize for him. And he's got that, the Scout Hyper, which is a small foldable one Rogue makes, easy for you to fit in a garage. Can't use a lot of weight, but in his case, we just do it for volume anyways, right? We do it for volume. Then, of course, after that, we didn't get speed lower footage this week. He didn't send it over to me, so I'm going to the vlog, and then he's already started his max effort, which his benching is coming back up. But so we only have the dynamic upper day this week in there. So again, we do flat bench. We rotate grips for speed work, wide, medium, close. A lot of people have asked me, like, you don't do this method anymore, and I don't think it works. It's like, well, we've done this for Doug for years, and he was barely benching 300. Now he benches 350. I've incorporated speed work for him for bench all the way through. Okay, it's worked quite well for him. Then of course he's doing incline right here. He gets a lot out of incline, and he's strong on the incline. You guys have seen him incline over 300 pounds. Again, I like to use it for him because he's strong at it, and it's a great delt exercise for him. He's noticed to me, he's like, even the rep work on this, I get a pump in my side delts. I'm like, yeah, incline's a great overall delt exercise. Combine that with all the rowing we're doing, and he's probably getting overall good delt development. All right? Then, of course, we do more rowing. So we've got both, again, barbell rows and dumbbell rows in the mix, which you guys will see coming up here. We just keep making him progress. Just keep moving forward. We keep getting better, keep improving, refining, right? We gain muscle, lose fat, get bigger, get leaner, get stronger. It's the name of the game. Rinse, repeat. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.